Tuesday. It's Bex here with another Tune Up Tuesday where I support you in tuning your heart to the frequency of love. Today I am talking about this idea that a lot of you come to me with, and I hear a lot in my community that the online dating thing is just not so great. Actually, I recently posted an invitation on my Facebook page that was like, comment in a GIF only your true feelings about online dating. And it was fascinating. There was a huge mix of just like eye rolling and like just the worst uphill, Sisyphus pushing boulder kind of GIFs. And then on the other hand, there were also GIFs that were like people ecstatic and jumping out of cakes and like happy dances. Just going to show that the online dating platform isn't actually the enemy. It's not an enemy. It's really just a tool. But I was definitely of the camp that it was the worst thing ever. So like Flashback 8 years ago, before I met the man who is now my husband, I had been online. I had attracted a couple of different relationships that were fair. Honestly, there were other things that were going on around like me being right with me. But these relationships that I had attracted from online outlets didn't pan out, and in fact were some of my dumpster fire breakups, were some of my less stellar moments in my love attraction journey. And I know that the same thing has happened to many of you. I speak with many of the women in my community who say that they found this guy online and it turned out to be somebody who was not committed or just looking for a hookup, or they just weren't aligned. And, and there's a lot of like potential for mismatching for sure, but there's also a lot of potential for matching. And I have two stories that I want to share with you today that I think are going to help open up possibility for you, because the thing is that I don't necessarily believe that it's one way or another. I know that for me back in the day, and for many of the women that I speak with, they're adamant that they want to meet their man organically, in person, live, face to face, which is awesome until we start talking about how many men you talk to and how many men you meet a week. And then it's like, oh, is that something that I need to be doing? Yes. So, I want to share with you a quick story about one of my clients who had an amazing success. She was online. She was on 2 different platforms, and she was pretty neutral about the online dating thing, but she also had a desire to meet her person, like up close in person. And so she had situated herself in a new city. So she had to move. And as she's like unpacking and setting up her new life, she's participating in different activities and events in her new city. She's getting to know the city and really enjoying her time and doing the things that she loves. Meanwhile, she meets this really cool guy and they have a conversation, and it's fun and it's lighthearted, and she's very much not taking the lead of saying, well, are you available? Are you single? Because I am and I'm interested. She's really just being her feminine and being playful and being mildly flirtatious. And meanwhile, she goes home, and sometime over the next couple of days, she's on her Bumble app and she sees the guy that she met at this meetup club, and she like gets this confirmation that he's single. Meanwhile, like, because in that conversation, she's being playful, she's being connecting, they establish this really sweet rapport. But he didn't necessarily like leap and ask to take her out. They're just getting to know each other. And that's another thing that I want to land here with you ladies, is that, oh gosh, I speak with a lot of women who are like, in the first 30 seconds, if he's not marriage material, then he's done. And it's like, girlfriend, like, stop running away from men. Like, relationships take time. They don't take like years and years. I mean, well, a committed relationship certainly takes years and years to hone and refine and pivot and grow with somebody. But when you're attracting great love, like, like my invitation is just like allow, there's some playfulness, some breathing room, and like allow the connection to take root and blossom, because it's not going to happen in 30 seconds. I mean, for maybe some small percentage of you it will, and that's great. But for those of you who are like, in for 30 seconds, just chill out. Just chill out. Just chill out and allow this beautiful connection to take root and to form. So back to my client. She, scrolling on Bumble, found him on there, confirmation that he's single. So she made the match. She initiated the match, and he reciprocated back. And then when they got together again, it was all smiles and giggles and like just kind of like, I was really hoping you were single. I thought you were really cool. And he was like, I was hoping you were single. I thought you were really cute, and I really wanted to get to know more about you. And so the reason why I'm sharing this story is because my client didn't just stop at her offline activity, getting to know her new city and doing the things that she loves to do. She didn't just stop there, nor did she just stop at her online dating platform. And this is what I really want you to hear, is that it's not, your great love isn't just going to come to you through one channel. Because here's the deal. What I really believe and what I teach all my clients is what we're doing is we're creating this momentum container, this field of energetic momentum. And when you put up a platform, when you put up a profile on an online dating platform and you finesse it and you take care of it and you groom it, you stay relevant in the algorithm and you are presented in front of new people all the time. And when you're out and about in your real life, in your face-to-face encounters, and you're engaging and you're connected and you're present and you're smiling, you're warm, receptive, all of these things is stirring this pot of energetic momentum. All right. What I mean by that is that, again, like you're creating this energy around you, that you're sending the message to God, source, the universe, that you are ready, you are open and ready to receive great love in your life. And you're unattached, hello, to the delivery method, to how he shows up exactly. Right. Which leads me to my second story, which is about yours truly. And I have a really similar story. Many of you may have heard this already, many of you may not, but I seriously thought that I was cheating on true love by having an online dating platform, by looking online. Yet at the same time, I was really kind of tired with the men that I was meeting in real life. I was kind of running around in the same circles and kind of meeting the same men over and over again. And none of them were really like jazzing me or moving me or really living up to the vision that I had of great love in my life. So I was like, all right, well, what would happen if I looked online? What would it be like to date a doctor or a hipster or a banker? Or, I just was like, let me just open my own doors of possibility, because I had noticed that I was really locking myself into like a specific category with just too tall of a list of requirements. So go online and, had varying results, as that platform does. At the same time, I did notice over time, as I worked on my mindset and managed my emotions, that the quality of men entering my orbit elevated. And then out of the blue, I got a message from an extraordinary man. It was a really connecting message. It wasn't very long, but it sparked a dialogue. And that dialogue sparked more information, a little bit, we had a little back and forth. And what happened was, as I shared a little bit more about who I was, the person on the other side started to feel like he might have recognized me. And then he sent me a photo that was of me performing at a gig before this online conversation had ever happened. And as it turns out, this was the man who is now my husband today, Nick. And the reason why I'm sharing this story with you is because technically we had a face-to-face encounter 2 years before we ever connected online, but we never actually met. And after we got together, we talked about this, and we discovered that we had been dancing around each other in the same circles in New York for 6 years before this online conversation had ever happened. The reason why this is so important is because it can happen offline, and online can just be like the little boost, the amplification to your intention. All right. Again, stirring that pot of momentum, that energy is so crucial in sending the message out to the universe that you are ready, you are ripe, you're open, you're receptive, and you're open. You hold the vision with an open hand as to how he shows up in your life. All right. And the truth is that when I got the message from him that sent me that photo of me performing, and he was like, "Hey, is this you by any chance? I was at this party and I was taking photos." And that to me was a huge connection point, because of course I believe that in drawing two amazing people together in outrageous lasting love, there is a hand of God, source, universe involved, magic, serendipity, synchronicity. And for me to receive that photo online was this confirmation that I had already met. He was already in my orbit. He was already in my sphere offline. Okay. So for the ladies out there who are like, he's got to happen online, he's got to happen offline, he's got to happen in person. Yes. And cast your net wide. You know, I mean, the research shows that this is where people in general hang out. You know, people in general hang out at gyms, at grocery stores, at farmers markets, and people hang out online. So why not be where people hang out? Okay. And if nothing else, be of the spirit that this puts more intention out. This puts more energy towards your intention. And then go up your offline game, sister. Because so many of you are like, just not engaging with men offline. And that's a big brake pedal to your forward momentum if you're desiring to attract a man offline. Okay. So listen, if you would like some more support with this kind of thing, if you're interested in working with a coach to break you through your stopping points, especially engaging with men offline or navigating your emotions and your mindset while you're online, reach out to me. I've got a bunch of new offerings coming up this fall at various different touch points, like different access to me. And I would love to connect with you and talk about how we together can make some magic happen in your love life. Okay. I'll drop a link in the comment section below. That'll take you to an application, and that application will put you in the queue to book a call with me. My wait list is growing, so just be patient and just know that my eyes are on you, and either I or one of my team will get back to you and get you on my calendar real soon. Okay? I love you so much. Thank you so much for stopping in for another Tune Up Tuesday. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you here back very soon. Bye.